So I heard no one can get in the way of your peace because you've learned to, first of all, you've learned to release fear of what outcomes you might get. You've learned how to stay in the present moment as much as possible. Whereas, before it seems like, and only take this if you resonate with it, it seems like you were really doing a lot of overthinking, over-planning things, even with your relationships or dynamics with other people. You were the one planning every move or overthinking every single interaction until you learn or are about to learn how to just sort of stay calm, release expectations of how you think things should go, or release the outcome itself for a moment and do things in a more intuitive and aligned way. So I don't know why my camera is so blurry. And you've also learned, or you're learning how to avoid shrinking yourself and to just keep being yourself no matter what, to sing your own song, basically. As this card suggests, that this songbird doesn't sing because it's talented, it sings because it has a song. And metaphorically speaking, that's you. Like there's no, you're the original, basically. There's no one that's like you out there, if that makes sense, that could think exactly the same way as you, that could, have the exact same energy and frequency, And it seems what's been a huge game changer for you, or is about to be, is that you've learned to give yourself validation or whatever emotional support it is you need, or let's say you used to expect that from other people, to comfort you, to bring you flowers, to do this and that, where now you're so comfortable on the inside, you're like, you can spoil yourself and give yourself whatever you want. You could feel at peace here for the most part on the inside. And it's actually released you from this trap that, if you resonate with this, you may have repeated before, where you expected too much from others, or not even that. Maybe you went off on other people's potential and, following their words or promises rather than their actual actions, and this is something I had to learn. Just because someone presents themselves in a certain way, that's just their representative, that's just their outer image. It doesn't mean that that's who they actually are. It's just a dress up at this point. And you see things like, you see the reality for what it is. Like, just because someone is dressed up in a suit and tie, or is using polite language or whatever, doesn't make them good people. Although they can be good people, but it doesn't, it's not guaranteed. Like, if someone is a certain way, this is why you should look past appearances in that way and very much look at the person's actions and character. And also another thing is to also release expectations of yourself being perfect, and also release the expectations of other people having to be perfect. Like, if you're the type to get upset if people make the smallest mistakes, then you need to self-reflect on that and, treat people as human beings, just like you need to treat yourself that way. Because it's sort of like, if you treat yourself too harshly, that energy translates and is expressed outwards, and people actually end up, and I've learned this, people actually end up being a lot more harsh on you. Like, let's say you are afraid of letting people down, you're afraid of disappointing them, you're afraid of, let's say you're insecure about how much you know. So to prove that you are like, you know it all, you become a know-it-all, basically. This is just an example. I'm not saying that's like how anyone is, but it's like that. So if you start coming across as like a know-it-all, people really become much more harsher on you if you make a genuine human error or mistake. Because like energetically, you've placed yourself in that expert role, and that is what everyone else can feel, and that's what they hold you to. You know, most people can't be bothered to look past appearances or look past how things seem, which is why they can easily make false assumptions about you or about other people, when none of that could be true. So yeah, lastly, if you do your own thing and you stay true to yourself without shrinking, you'll never regret it. And here's why. Because this is literally a cheat code. It's like, if you center yourself, you prioritize yourself, you put yourself first, unapologetically, you aren't afraid to stand tall and, you know, present yourself whatever way. You know, because a lot of us, you know, we shrink ourselves to make other people feel comfortable, but realize they will never feel comfortable if, you know, you're incompatible with each other. There's nothing in this world that you can do to force compatibility or mold yourself into what someone else wants if you two are incompatible. Energetically, energy speaks so much louder than words or appearances or actions. You cannot, you know, hide who you really are, and nor should you have to. So it's saying, shine your light, don't dim your light, and you can actually escape and overcome any sort of bad karmic cycles, or like as in you can filter out, you can naturally filter out to those who are incompatible with you by staying true to yourself. So if there's one thing you can get from this reading, is always stay true to yourself. It doesn't matter who's uncomfortable, they are not your people and they're not for you. So yeah,